I'm doing a
video.
video. Am I being detained? For what crime?
Trespassing at this point.
Well,
Your ID?
hold on, ma'am. Let me explain to you something. I'm part of the press. I don't have my ID on me.
Okay.
You guys.
What's your name? They want you trespass.
Hold on. Let me speak for a second, sir.
What is your name? They want you trespass.
The sheriff said that it was okay to film. So
Deputy Grant was here to serve the warrant. I went about for
he said as long as I'm not breaking the law, they can't trespass me from a public place, ma'am.
Chief Taylor, if you would like to know.
Yeah, you guys have no right to ask for ID in a public building. I'm not breaking the law. You can't do anything to me.
Give me 1 second.
So you agree with this? You agree with this?
They're requesting you to be trespassed.
I'm illegally detained right now. You know that, right?
Okay.
This is an illegal detainment.
In Lakeland, Florida, a civil rights auditor filming inside a public service building was confronted by Chief Taylor and several officers who demanded his identification. The situation escalated rapidly as the auditor challenged the legality of the detention, asserting that no Florida statute had been violated. The sight of an officer resting a hand on their firearm during a non-criminal encounter raises a critical question about the line between law enforcement and the intimidation of First Amendment rights. Does holding a camera in a public lobby provide sufficient reasonable suspicion for police to strip a citizen of their liberty? Follow us for more constitutional encounters at ID Refusal 101. We would like to extend our gratitude to the original creator for capturing this vital footage. Please follow their channel to support those standing up for legal transparency. Welcome to ID Refusal 101. We're here to arm you with legal knowledge to protect yourself. Subscribe now to know your rights and how to assert them. And now, enjoy the video.
Okay.
I do not care if I'm on camera. You're not doing it the right way.
Specifically,
if you
what?
have kindness in your heart, start acting like it.
What's the
putting them down.
What's the right thing? Tell me.
This ain't the right way.
It is. I'm actually
What are you
done.
doing with the fucking camera? What are you doing with the phone?
I'm doing a video. No, I'm not doing anything.
You need to exit.
No, I
Exit
don't.
right now.
No, I don't.
Right now, because you're not in here for service. You
It
need
doesn't
to exit.
matter. I have
It
the
don't
right.
matter.
I have
Go
the
out
right to
door.
be here,
Go out the door.
ma'am. Respectfully, I have the right to
I
be
don't
here.
care about rule respectfully. You need to get out the door.
I don't.
Everybody don't want you filming them, so you need to get out
Everybody
the door.
here is cool, except that one person.
You're not helping nothing, but acting like a little baby.
You know what a Karen is?
You're
You-
being the Karen. You're recording them.
You're a Karen.
Why? Because I'm taking up to them and everybody in this office?
No, 'cause you're
Well,
mad.
You're taking up everybody's time.
I'm not mad. You're mad.
I'm mad. I said I'm recording you. I said record me.
Okay, good.
How am I mad?
Good.
I said record me.
Okay.
Am I mad?
So you said
Or
I'm
we all
wrong.
must be mad
So she said
because
I'm
this man
wrong.
has the camera.
So I'm wrong for video recording, but you video recorded me.
I
Okay.
did.
Okay.
I did. Because you're recording them and you're making fun of her sign, thinking that you're entitled.
Yes, I'm making fun of her sign.
Because
I'm making
it's a
fun.
good sign. I like it.
I'm making fun of her, and that's not illegal. That's fine. I'm not filming any of y'all. I'm zooming into her.
Everybody knows you have the right to record.
Okay, so
No one
shut
said
your
you
mouth.
did.
Okay, shut your mouth
This
then.
is a public building. There's
Okay.
cameras in here. You're being recorded.
Okay.
As a matter of fact.
Good.
Literally, they didn't even tell you you couldn't record.
You're being disorderly
How am I being distorted?
because you're being too loud here.
I don't hear them saying it.
Well, she says I'm not supposed to film, but she's filming me. Okay.
Did I say
For my safety, yes, sir.
Oh, your safety.
Yes, sir.
I just have a camera. What the hell? I'm not here to hurt you. You're stupid.
See? You're putting down somebody. Use your words better.
I don't-
If you have kindness in your heart, you wouldn't be calling people stupid. You wouldn't be making fun of their signs.
Shut up, stupid.
See? Right there. Hope you post that part too.
I will.
Okay, because you won't.
I will.
You
You,
only post the little parts that make you look
you don't
good,
even
right?
know me. You don't even know me.
Did I say that?
So why you?
I
Why would you
how
know?
People like you work.
Oh, people like you. Are you being racist? Look how they work. She's drinking her coffee. She's filming me at our expense. At our expense. Okay.
You pay her phone bill.
She works for the. She works for the
Make sure
state.
she gets up every morning.
She works for
right?
the state.
Yeah, and she gets up every morning and she goes to work.
Shut up, Karen.
No, that's right.
Oh, police officer. Good. Can I speak with you, sir? Could you please inform these people that as long as I don't interfere with them, I have the right to film there? They're stopping the service. They're interfering with my job at this point. So please, Deputy What's your name? Grand?
Yep.
Deputy Grand, with all due respect, you took an...
What job are they interfering with? If you don't mind
I'm working on a big video that's going to be published, and they're stopping the business here to interfere with my job while I'm not interfering with them.
Okay.
So I'm respectfully not filming people or children or anything. I'm working on a video about them. So they need to respect the law and the First Amendment, pretty much.
Just
as long as I'm...
Hold on. Just don't video inside the bathrooms, because that'd be considered
Correct,
video
yeah.
voyeurism. And you can't have access to the area that the public can have access to in video. However, we're getting allegations now that you're pushing people.
I'm not. I have pushing?
Correct.
Physically? I have not. So there's videos in this place. Whoever said that, sir. And by the way, I've been filming for over 35 minutes.
Okay.
So that's a lie. Whoever made that call, I did not.
Yes, you did.
I said, I'm the why you're going to learn about our rights. And that's why he's here. Unfortunately, he's here. So you can go ahead and say anything you want, but this video is going to be published, and there's thousands of people that are watching our videos. I would never break the law. And I respect more than anything policies in private places. This is if this was a private place and they tell me you can't film, I'll be more than glad to leave, because I don't run a place like that. But you guys respectfully, ma'am. I told you I don't need to. I don't need to. This exactly. That's all.
Fortunately, he can't.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, officer.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
You coming in here for service.
I don't need to. You don't understand what he's saying? Okay, so please let him speak. Don't interfere with his investigation. That's a crime. Give him a break.
The Lakeland Police Department is on their way. They're going to talk to you more in depth. I'm just making sure we don't have a crime here of you pushing anybody.
But no, I did not. No.
Push anybody?
He just threatened
No, I did.
saying that we were gonna see what was gonna happen, and then he said that I was gonna get fired. So
Oh, exactly. She's gonna. Yeah, that's not a. That's not a. She's a liar.
Unfortunately, I think what she's talking about is HIPAA.
Yes.
HIPAA.
He's in here.
Explain to them what HIPAA is.
HIPAA law, we know what HIPAA is.
Well,
There's
I can't.
information that I've been asking
Well,
my clients, and he's recording.
that
I'm
means-
asking social. I'm asking.
I'm gonna let her
entry
speak.
numbers, I'm asking information about my clients.
There's private information. Hold
HIPAA.
on.
There's no way that I can violate HIPAA. You guys
Yes,
can.
you
I'm not
are.
medical
You
staff.
are.
I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
medical staff.
Yes, you are.
I'm not medical
You're
staff.
not even in this
You. It's your
building
job
for
to.
service.
It's your job to secure information.
They're here for service. You're not.
I have policies that I have to follow when I publish these videos. I'm not gonna publish anything that violates anyone's privacy. But you see, you guys have to respect me.
What's your angle here?
I'm just trying to bring awareness on our rights, sir. You know, you guys took an oath to that. I don't have anything, any
I'm
heart.
curious if you actually have legit business to be here.
I do.
Okay.
I do. These videos are being taxed.
Are you about to go to probation or anything like that?
I actually, that's the first place I went.
In this public lobby, the auditor is exercising his First Amendment right to record government operations. Deputy Grant is asked to intervene and educate the staff that filming without interference is legally protected. However, the situation escalates when baseless allegations of physical pushing are made to manufacture a pretext for arrest. This is a classic ID refusal scenario where the filmmaker rightfully refuses to identify because there is no reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. The staff's biggest error is weaponizing HIPAA to block the camera. It must be clarified. HIPAA applies to covered medical entities regarding data security. It does not prohibit citizens from filming in public spaces. The auditor is legally correct in stating that securing client information is the staff's responsibility, not his. Using false allegations to force identification is a hallmark of police misconduct. In such encounters, maintaining an ID refusal stance is crucial. Always demand that officers state a specific crime under the Fourth Amendment before complying with an ID demand. By practicing consistent ID refusal, citizens hold officials accountable to the law, not their personal policies.
And they were more than nice to me, and they said, yes, sir, you have the right to be here and film. So what's the difference about probation and children and family?
That I can answer. When you came to our lobby, we weren't asking.
No, this is our lobby. You don't understanding that.
When you came to the probation lobby, you were asking questions. They gave you the right to do that. But when you're in there and you're recording them, they're saying HIPAA stuff.
They don't give me the right. I have the right automatically.
There's HIPAA
It does-
law that you're violating with my clients.
You're not-
While I was helping them,
Sir, could you please-
are recording
Can you
them.
please inform her that there's no way I could violate HIPAA?
Yes,
I'm
you're
not medical.
recording.
I'm not medical staff.
You're recording. That's
I'm not-
my client's
I'm not-
personal information.
That's no one here is a client. Okay.
Yes, they are. They're clients.
People are receiving paid services.
Sir, can I explain something to you?
Sure.
Okay, you're flirting between the fine line of disorderly conduct.
No, I'm not. I'm just nope. Hold
Everybody's
it.
watching.
Hold it right there. I'm defending my rights. I'm defending my rights. Disorderly. I know exactly that this Florida statute. What's the Florida statute for disorderly conduct?
I'm just letting you know you're flirting with it at
No,
this point in time.
no, I'm not.
Because you're
I'm
making
being-
people feel uneasy.
Well,
and causing great emotional distress.
Their feelings have nothing to do with me. You see, they're giving me emotional distress when they're violating my First Amendment right. So let's make sure that we retract that.
They asked you nicely not to.
And those were my specific words, Sheriff. I said I would like to nicely refuse. Those were my specific words. So you're more than glad to stick around, but they need to understand that you took an oath to protect
Correct.
my right
and I'm
to
making
kill.
sure there's not a crime being committed.
There's not a crime, and they're lying. That Puerto Rican girl is lying about me making threats.
Tensions peak as the officer attempts to weaponize the vague concept of disorderly conduct to pressure the auditor. While the officer warns that the filmmaker is flirting with the line of a crime, exercising First Amendment rights in a public lobby is not a criminal offense. This encounter serves as a textbook example of an ID refusal battle, where the auditor stands his ground against intimidation tactics designed to force compliance. He correctly challenges the officer to cite the specific Florida statute for disorderly conduct, effectively neutralizing the hollow threat. The auditor's legal logic is sound. The hurt feelings of staff members do not override the Constitution. Under the Fourth Amendment, law enforcement lacks the authority to detain or compel identification without reasonable articulable suspicion of a specific crime. The officer's alignment with the staff's subjective complaints points toward potential police misconduct. The filmmaker is legally correct in his ID refusal stance, as defending one's rights is not disorderly. To successfully navigate such high-pressure moments, a firm ID refusal supported by knowledge of your state's statutes is your best defense against administrative overreach. Consistent ID refusal ensures that officers respect the law rather than their personal preferences.
So I'm gonna make sure that all 1,000. Well, we have over 100 million views on the internet. I would never make. I would never go and break the law. 100 million people.
1054. I'm 1012.
And the police is here. I'm gonna go talk to them. What's up, brother? I'm just working on a video at the Children's and Family place. The sheriff. I just spoke to the sheriff. He says just making sure that a crime wasn't being committed.
Okay.
I'm not being disorderly. I'm not breaking the law. Okay. All right, watch out. You all right? They think I'm violating HIPAA, but I'm not medical staff. How you doing, Sergeant? Can I have your name? Yeah, I'm doing a
Do you have
video.
your ID on you?
Am I being detained?
Mhm.
For what crime?
Trespassing at this point.
Well,
Your ID?
hold on, ma'am. Let me explain to you something. I'm part of the press.
Can
I
I
don't
have your
I don't have my ID on me.
Okay.
You guys.
What's your name? They want you trespass.
Hold on. Let me speak for a second,
What
sir.
is your name? They want you trespass.
The sheriff said that it was okay to film. So
Deputy Grant was here to show the warrant. I went about for
he said as long as I'm not breaking the law, they can't trespass me from a public place, ma'am.
Chief Taylor, if you would like to know.
Yeah,
his
you
name.
guys have no right to ask for ID in a public building. I'm not breaking the law. You can't do anything
Okay.
to me.
Give me one second.
So you agree with this?
Name's Officer Ogden Benson,
You
283.
you agree with this?
They're requesting you to be trespassed.
I'm illegally detained right now. You know that, right?
Okay.
This is an illegal detainment.
Okay.
You guys are breaking the law.
Okay.
Yeah, you are. Why is your hand on your firearm, though?
Because I'm rushing it.
Oh.
Want me to move it?
Imagine. Yes, please. Yes, please.
That's
You
just
guys are breaking the law. You're trespassing some. I have the right to speak.
Then focus on.
I have the right to speak. You see? No, stop talking, she said. I have no right to speak.
She's talking to him right now.
I have no right to speak. And the same right that gives me my right to speak gives me the right of freedom of the press. As long as I'm not breaking the law, you guys can't interfere with me. I'm a photographer, and by the way, there's thousands of people watching our videos. I'm not rude. I'm not breaking the law. So this is an illegal detention, what you guys are doing right now. This is an illegal detainment, what you guys are doing right now. And I'm gonna put the biggest complaint on you. Okay? What's your name?
You didn't have to give me your name. Why do I have to give you my name?
Because you work for the state. You work for us.
Philip H. Cote.
All right.
The intensity reaches its peak as Chief Taylor and his officers initiate a detention lacking any clear legal foundation. As the auditor attempts to leave, he is intercepted and pressured for identification. Under the Fourth Amendment, law enforcement can only detain an individual if they possess reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. Chief Taylor resting his hand on his firearm while facing an unarmed citizen recording in public is a glaring example of police misconduct and unnecessary escalation. The filmmaker executes a perfect ID refusal, asserting his First Amendment right to freedom of the press. He repeatedly reminds the officers that they are breaking the law by obstructing his freedom of movement. This is a classic ID refusal case. A citizen is not required to show ID unless there is a specific criminal violation. When encountering such overreach, maintaining your ID refusal stance and capturing everything on camera is the most effective way to hold officers like Chief Taylor accountable through administrative complaints. Consistent ID refusal highlights the difference between lawful commands and mere police intimidation, protecting the constitutional rights of all citizens.
Thank you. Illegally detained over here in Lakeland, Polk County, where people have no rights. You see, your sheriff, Grady Judd, says, what does he say when people break into people's houses in Polk County? What does he encourage the people to do?
Careful with where you're going down, bro.
I'm asking you a question. What does this? Well, he says it all the time on TV. So that's because we have the Second Amendment, right?
Yep.
The same right that gives you the Second Amendment. The First Amendment gives me the right to carry my camera in a public building as long as I'm not interfering with their service. They have no authority to tell me to leave. They can't. This is not Walmart. You see, you don't even know the difference between public property and private property. I'm not. You didn't even. He could be lying, dude. I have all on video. Does he have a video? Does he have that on video? No, I do.
I believe you reported him, so you probably should have.
Exactly. That's fine. You guys can illegally detain me. Okay, no problem. I'm gonna sue you guys.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Are you a good cop? Could you save me? I'm being illegally detained. Oh, he's laughing at that.
No, he's
I'm not a Second Amendment auditor. Exactly. So if you know exactly what I'm doing, how are you guys trespassing me from a public place? You guys should know better than that.
Based on what the staff is saying.
No, listen, you have to investigate, bro. You don't just show up. You don't just... No, it's not. No, it's not. What law? What Florida statute says that I can't film in public place? Tell me.
But they can ask you to leave, though.
No, they can ask, but I can nicely refuse. You see,
that's why we trespass.
You're crazy, bro. Go ahead and trespass me, but illegally. You're trespassing me illegally. Okay. I'm gonna sue you guys. You know this? It's not good, bro. It's gonna cost your city. And then I'm gonna donate all the money. That's what's gonna happen. As he is superior, I've been illegally detained, sir. Could you please help me out?
You're about to be legally arrested.
For what crime?
Until they finish the investigation.
For what crime? I've done nothing wrong.
Of course you have.
Please vacate the premise.
I'm gonna sue you guys. You know that?
Okay.
How do you feel about that? That's terrible.
Stand in line. You're not the first one in my life.
Oh.
So can you please walk?
I'm in a public sidewalk now. Oh, am I supposed to leave the sidewalk too?
Okay. Do not get back on the property.
That property belongs to us. I'm not going to because you guys are criminals who just illegally detained me for no reason. I haven't broken the law at all. At all. I haven't been disorderly. I know the Florida statute. I haven't been disorderly at all. Enjoy your walk of shame. Enjoy your walk of shame. Yep. And enjoy your walk of shame. She probably gets gangbanged by all these guys.
The incident concludes with an unlawful trespass warning from a public building, marking a significant professional failure for the officers in Lakeland. The filmmaker maintains a strict ID refusal strategy, asserting that police cannot trespass a citizen from public property without a specific criminal violation or legitimate administrative cause. By drawing parallels between the Second Amendment and the First Amendment, he highlights that his right to carry a camera is as fundamental as the right to bear arms. The failure of officers to cite a specific Florida statute before forcing him out is a clear indicator of police misconduct. Despite the pressure of an illegal detention, the auditor's ID refusal remains unshaken until the very end. He warns of impending civil litigation where the city will be held liable for the officer's inability to distinguish between public and private property. Even on the public sidewalk, his refusal to yield demonstrates the power of a well-executed ID refusal. This segment proves that you are not legally obligated to provide identification when being subjected to an unconstitutional trespass order. Standing firm with ID refusal while documenting the interaction provides the necessary evidence to pursue legal justice against administrative overreach. Consistent ID refusal is the ultimate shield for protecting civil liberties against unauthorized police demands. The incident in Lakeland, Florida, serves as a stark reminder of legal illiteracy within law enforcement. Based on the interaction, we rate the conduct of Chief Taylor and his officers as grade F. Threatening arrest for disorderly conduct, placing a hand on a firearm, and conducting an illegal detention of a citizen filming in public constitute severe violations of the First and Fourth Amendments. Conversely, the auditor earns a grade A for his profound understanding of Florida statutes and his unwavering commitment to ID refusal under extreme pressure. The core legal principles at play are the freedom of the press and the requirement of reasonable articulable suspicion before demanding identification. The takeaway is clear. Stay calm, record everything, and maintain a firm ID refusal stance if no crime has been committed. Do not let hollow threats regarding HIPAA or unlawful trespass orders intimidate you. Join us at ID Refusal 101 to empower yourself with the legal knowledge needed to stand your ground. We extend our gratitude to the original creator and encourage everyone to follow the original channel to support the fight for legal transparency. Consistent ID refusal is how we hold the system accountable. Knowing your rights isn't being difficult, it's being prepared. If this video helped you understand your legal rights, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment below, tell us your story, ask a question, or suggest the next encounter we should break down. This is ID Refusal 101, where we teach the basics of your right. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.